You're just too marvelous for words, like glorious, glamorous, and I don't stand by amorous. It's all too wonderful, I'll never find the words that say enough, tell enough. I mean, they're just not swell enough. You're much too much and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're marvelous. You're too marvelous. You're too marvelous for words, like glorious and glamorous, and that old standby amorous. It's all too wonderful, I'll never find the words that say enough, tell enough. I mean, they're just not swell enough. You're much too much and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're too marvelous for words. Thomas. And that old stand by amorous. It's all too wonderful, I'll never find the words that say enough or tell enough. I mean, they're just not swell enough. You're much too much and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. dictionary, and so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're marvelous. Oh, to tell you you're incredible. To tell you you're too marvelous for words. Thank you very much.
the tune that closed the album, and it called Timba de la Buena. Timba is the latest rhythm that was invented in Cuba a few years ago, and they call it Timba. T-I-M-B-A, Timba. And this is the new Timba, but we really need your collaboration. I would love to see you all dancing here tonight, shaking your booty. Shake it, baby, shake it. Y dice así, ¡hey! Vengo tocando timba de la buena, pa' que luego se baila como quiera. Vengo tocando timba de la buena, pa' que luego se baila. La timba cubana se baila, se baila, se baila como quiera. Solo menea la cadera, menea la cintura.
bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away from me. You've been wonderful. Bless you all. Thank you so much.
How about that, huh? Jack Wood live in Utah. Okay, we're going to bring up the band now, one member at a time. We're going to start with our sax player here, Rusty Higgins. Grammy winner, Rusty Higgins, with the Bob Florence limited edition back in the day. What I'll do is just tell everybody real quickly some of the players. You remember Captain and Tennille? Rusty was part of that. Also, he's played through the years with Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band, Louis Belson, Clark Terry, Ray Anthony, worked with Jack Sheldon, Ray Charles. Ray Charles, very common theme here, because I know Luther and Paul also played with Ray Charles. So, once again, on the saxophone, Rusty Higgins. Now we're going to have our keyboard player up here, Ron Levy. He's coming up. He recorded with one of my favorites, the man known as the Mighty Burner, Charles Erland, Dr. Lonnie Smith, Melvin Sparks, Idris Muhammad, and many, many more. He did some Latin work with Pucho and his Latin Soul Brothers. And today he's on the keyboards for us, Ron Levy. And also the musical director for the show tonight. So far so good, huh? Now here's where we have problems. On bass, Luther, no. One of the first jazz cats that I met when I started doing working in jazz radio after having a long background in rock radio. And Luther was one of the very first guys, and a great guy. Played with the Gene Harris band. He's also done some stuff with Mundell Lowe, Joe Henderson, Carmen McRae, the great Horace Silver, Harold Land, guitarist Joe Pass, and many, many more. On the bass tonight, Luther Hughes. Yeah, Luther. And then on drums, one of the most in-demand drummers all around Southern California. Paul Krybeck here has played with Ray Charles, Gene Harris, Cedar Walton, Woody Herman, Diane Reeves, James Moody, Kenny Burrell, again, just to name a few. And he also teaches at Cal State Fullerton and was a part of Luther's other band, the Cannonball Coltrane Project. On the drums, Paul Krybeck. And then finally, the guy you just saw on those videos, now you get to see him here live and in person. It's an album release party tonight, too, for Jack's brand new album, Movie Magic. And we'll also feature, we have a couple of guest vocalists who will come up later. Jack, I guess you'll introduce them, including the lady who's on this album with Jack. She's from Australia. She's not here tonight, but Jack's got a video of her. So again, we play him a lot on K-Jazz, very, very popular artist right now, plays all around Southern California, Mr. Jack Wood.
Gotta do a little housekeeping here.
Well, I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. This is a big thrill for me to be here. Actually, I'm not supposed to be here. Don't tell my doctor. But I just got out of a back surgery about 3 weeks ago. And so I needed to have it done. But it's worked out, and but I'm still getting over it and on the mend. But I couldn't miss this opportunity when Tim Ellis called me up to do this room. This room is just a gift to all of us that love jazz. Isn't this a wonderful place? How about a hand for the Tim Ellis and Jack Jasper? The lighting is right, the music is, the help is very friendly. It's just a great place, and it's a blessing to us. I would like to recognize one other group that also is blessing our lives with great jazz, and these gentlemen are here right now, and they run the West Coast Jazz Party Jazz Series. And they're here, Mr. Joe Rothman over here, and John McClure right here. And they actually cooperate together because they don't compete because they're on different nights. Now they have their shows on Tuesdays and sometimes Wednesdays, and here the jazz is on Thursdays and Sundays. So they complement each other, and they both do a terrific job. And anyway, I want to go on and say something about the video that you just saw. That was the thrill of my life to do that. And anyway, I want to alert you to someone. I actually did this show first with Vinnie Falcone, and then he took it to Las Vegas with a very good friend of mine, and he's a terrific singer, somebody you've got to hear. His name is Bob Anderson, and he's best known as a vocal impersonator, the best in the world. Terrific. But his best voice is his own voice. And he's got a new album out called Bob Anderson Live, and it's getting played on K-Jazz, and even back in New York right now. We're both getting played there, too. It's just been released. This album of mine, Movie Magic, and Bob Anderson's Live is also getting played nationally. It was released on October 1st. That's just a couple days ago. So very proud of all this happening. And look up Bob Anderson on YouTube. You'll be surprised, and I hope he comes here. I think Joe Rothman and John McClure are considering having him in one of their events. Hope they're able to work that out. But anyway, I guess we'll go on. Okay. You've been introduced to the players here. Of course, they're wonderful players. But I'm just so grateful to be here because I tell you, women have kind of taken over the jazz, the music business in general. You look at Taylor Swift and Mariah Carey, Beyonce, and then at the club level, you know, it's hard for a guy like me to compete with those people. I mean, a lot of those girls, and they're all good singers. A lot of them, you know, they're just very appealing, and often they wear short skirts and low-cut dresses. How do I compete with that? I don't look very good in short and low-cut dresses myself. Maybe when I was younger, I don't know. Anyway, but it's a pleasure to be here, and so we're going to be doing some tunes about that have been featured in films, jazz tunes that often they've been used in films over the years, back as far as the 30s. And I think we're going to start with, what are we starting with? Which one? This is a special tune. I'm starting with this one because I do it in memory of a terrific singer, blues and jazz. She was a dear friend, Barbara Morrison. And anybody know Barbara Morrison? Wonderful lady, and she and I took a liking to each other, and we had a show built, and we were going to do an opening of another album that I did with Joe Lano, who had been a guitarist for Frank Sinatra for many years. And it was at the same place, Brigham Young University, and a week before we did the concert, she passed away. And she wasn't that old. But she had some serious health problems, and but I do it in memory of her. She's one of his favorites, her favorite opening act. And this is also a movie tune, though. Anyway, let's kick it off. Here we go. This is from My Fair Lady, the Broadway show, and later recording. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement's always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live.
Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment floor out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling just to know somehow you are near. That overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. Where people stop and stare, they don't bother me, 'cause there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I don't care if I can't be here on the street where you live. Here's the band. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Rusty Higgins on the saxophone. Rusty Higgins. Walked down this street before, but the pavement's always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling just to know somehow you are near. That overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. Well, people stop and stare, they don't bother me, 'cause there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I don't care if I can't be here on the street where you live. Let the time go by, I don't care if I can't be here on the street where you live. Thank you very much. On the Street Where You Live from My Fair Lady. First it was a Broadway show and then of course a movie. And love doing that tune in remembrance of Barbara Morrison. Now I'm going to give you a little introduction on how I got into jazz. Joe Rothman often does this when he introduces his artists at his events, at concerts, and and oftentimes they go back to like as early as 5 years old. Some of the piano players that started really young. Well, I started pretty young too. I was 9 years old, and my aunt kind of got me involved in the music business. She was with the DeCastro sisters, had a hit song called "Teach Me Tonight." Anyone remember that tune? "Teach Me Tonight"?
Sold 1.2 million copies back in the 50s. Yeah, she's big time, and she took me around, and she was actually going to college. Well, first she started right out of high school touring with the Horace Heidt Band, and then was on television, and then she went with Lawrence Welk for a while, and then finally the honky-tonk piano player with Lawrence Welk left. There was Big Tiny Little. Anybody remember Big Tiny Little? Before Joanne Castle. Anyway, she worked with him, and eventually with the Castro Sisters, and anyway, she introduced me to this music. But before that even, that was when I was about age 10, age 9, my uncle was taking me to a ball game up in Wrigley Field to see the Angels. They were in the Pacific Coast League in those days, back in the 50s. And my uncle loved music, of course, my whole family sang. And he had the radio on, and this tune came on, and it converted me to jazz. And it was by Page Cavanaugh. Anyone remember that name? Page Cavanaugh Trio? He was at one time did some movies with Doris Day in the late 40s, and he was at one time almost as big as Nat King Cole in the late 40s and early 50s. And this tune came on, and it just hooked me, and I'm just a kid. But, I mean, all my other friends, they were into Davy Crockett or Flying Terrible People Eater, you know, One-Eyed, One-Heart, you know, stuff like that. Me, I was into Sinatra and Tony Bennett at age 9. I must have been a terribly repressed kid. But anyway, that's so anyway, here's the tune. I'm going to do my introduction to jazz. Hope you like it. Okay. I must confess what you say is true. I had a rendezvous with somebody new. That's the only one I ever had. Baby, baby, don't you go away mad. Your cheating shows and it never goes. You've got a reason to be mad, I suppose, but it only was a passive fad. Baby, baby, don't you go away mad. Her kind's a dime a dozen. I should have passed her by. How did I know your cousin would come along and give me the eye? I understand that you feel upset. What do you say that we forgive and forget? Kiss me, baby, just to show you're glad. Baby, baby, don't you go away mad. Her kind's a dime a dozen. Rusty Higgins on the sax. I should have passed her by. How did I know your cousin would come along and give me the eye? I understand that you feel upset. What do you say that we forgive and forget? Kiss me, baby, just to show you're glad. Baby, baby, don't you go away mad. Kiss me, baby, just to show you're glad. Baby, baby, don't you go away mad. Page Cavanaugh. Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun tune. I love that. Anyway, great song. I actually got to record, this is funny, here's my introduction to jazz when I'm 9 years old. And I actually got to do many years later, in fact, about 15 years later, I got to do an album with Page Cavanaugh. It was called Mr. Lucky, and it's available. I have a few copies if anybody's interested. By the way, the new album, this is the movie Magic, which we're celebrating tonight. I only have a few hundred copies in my trunk of my car. So check if you want one, let me know, and we'll fix you up with one. But I have a girl that I did this with, and she's from Australia. I had a fan that loved a tune called Sugar by Stanley Turrentine, by the way. And she asked me if I could learn the lyric to it, and she's a good fan, and I liked the tune, but I never knew the lyric. And so I looked on YouTube, and I found this singer from Australia singing the tune, and her name was Nisha Fitzgibbon. and she's as big as Diana Krall is here in Australia. Now, I'm sad to admit that Australia has a bigger jazz scene going on than we do, and it's our music. The same is true in Japan, in France, in England, in Germany, all bigger than here, and it's our music. We need to catch up. But anyway, if you're interested, we're going to show a video clip of her singing with me on this album. Or not singing with me on this particular clip, but she is on the album. So let's see, what do we got coming up next? When I was 10, this is the next year, 2 epiphanies in my life. One is jazz, and the other is Pretty Women. Yes, Pretty Women. Anyway, I was on television when I was I was 10 years old next year, and my aunt helped me along, and my grandmother used to take me to these shopping centers where they have these singing contests, and I won. And if you won at the what was a mall somewhere, then you got to be on the TV show. So I was chosen to be on that. It was Channel 13, KCOP, and I was 10 years old, and I won. And this was my epiphany about Pretty Women. The person that presented me with the first prize was an actress by the name of, and she was only 19 years old, by the way. She was just coming to the United States. Her name was Anna Maria Alberghetti. Does anybody remember that name? Well, you know, when you're 10 years old, boy, you don't like girls, gee, they throw funny, and, but when I met her and she gave me the first prize, I thought, this changed my life. She was, wow. And so I've had an addiction, so to speak, to just love to look at pretty women at any age, by the way. So anyway, here's the tune that I won with, and hope you like it. Sunny side of the street, right? Okay. Oh, by the way, Willie Nelson did this same tune with Tony Bennett on one of his duets albums. So you may have heard him do that, Willie Nelson. Okay. Ready? I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement's always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Oh, this is the wrong tune. Sorry. Let's try again. Sorry. Grab your coat and get your hat. This is the one. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Life can't be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Can you hear that pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life could be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues all parade. Yet I'm not afraid of this rover I crossed over. If I ever had a death, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. A gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. Here's the band. Rusty Higgins on the sax. Rusty Higgins. Levy on the piano. Ron Levy. Paul Kryvik on the drums with your blues on parade. Yeah, I'm not afraid of this rover. Well, he just crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. And we got it right that time. Sunny side of the street. Yeah. Anyway, that won the contest. Willie Nelson is really cool on that one, by the way, with Tony Bennett on his duets album. Now listen for that one. That's a fun one. Now, with the other thing, with the other epiphany was about the women. Okay, this beautiful actress, Anna Marie Alberghetti, inspired me to, like I've had this addiction almost all these years, and so I decided to sing about it. And this is a tune that you may recognize it was done by an artist by Pete O'Bryson, if you've ever heard of him. And it was Pretty Women. What else? One other thing, by the way, this album, we're really pushing this thing really hard, and I don't want to just quit just because the girl from Australia may come here for 3 or 4 weeks, and that'll be the end of it. I don't want that to happen. So I have another artist. Her name is Calabria Foti. You may have heard of her. Wonderful singer. I mean, and beautiful. Plays violin. Joe Rothman and John McClure have her every year, and I hope they continue to do that because she is just marvelous. And she's agreed to continue doing this show with me with the 6 duets that are on the album. And we're going to try to take it to colleges and theaters wherever we can. So anyway, here we go. Pretty Women. Pretty women, fascinating, sipping coffee, dancing. Pretty women are romantic. Pretty women sitting in the window or standing on the stairs. Something in them cheers the air. Pretty women silhouetted, stay within you glancing, stay forever, breathing lightly. Pretty women blowing out their candles or combing out their hair. Something in them cheers the air. Pretty women, letter writing, how they make a man sing. Proof of heaven as you're living. Pretty women, I love pretty women. Rusty Higgins on the sax. Rusty Higgins. Ron Levy on the piano. Silhouetted, stay within you, glancing, stay forever, breathing lightly. Pretty women, blowing out their candles or combing out their hair, even when they leave, somehow they're still there, somehow they're still there. Pretty women, letter writing, how they make a man sing, proof of heaven as you're living. Pretty women, I love pretty women, pretty women. Pretty women. Yeah. I just got to say one more thing about this Calabria Foti. We've discovered that we blend really well together, and she's just marvelous. So we'll be doing this show with her. Of course, we're going to see the video here in just a moment with the girl from Australia. But anyway, what do we got coming up next? Come Rain or Come Shine? Ah, here's, back in the day in Las Vegas, back in the 60s particularly, 50s and 60s, the mob pretty much ran Las Vegas, you know. And those are really actually good times. You could have a good time there, and now it became Disneyland almost. It's just a different environment there. But anyway, this is a tune that was a movie tune from a film called For the Boys with Bette Midler and James Caan. And anyway, getting back to this, to the people, the Vegas mobsters, the singer was up there, going to do this tune, and he says, hey, the boss on the back here just wants you to do Come Rain or Come Shine. And if you know it's good for you, you better do both tunes. So anyway, so here it is, both tunes, okay? Okay. I'm gonna love you like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine. High as a mountain, deep as a river. Come rain or come shine. Well, I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. But don't you ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. You're gonna love me like nobody's loved me. Come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you. Thank you. Thank you. You're gonna love me. Rusty Higgins on the sax. Like nobody's loved me. Come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together. And won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of the money. But I'm with you always. I'm with you, rain or shine. With you, rain or shine. I'm with you, rain or come shine. Thank you. Bette Midler from The Boys. For the Boys. That came out in 1991, by the way, that movie. And another movie. Which way? Cuando now? Okay. Here's another tune. This is my favorite tune of the duets that we did. We did 6 duets on this album, by the way. And this is my favorite of the 6 that we did. And hope you like it. It was actually in a movie. Let me think. It was Game Night in 2018. And let me look at here. Training Day in 2017. These weren't necessarily hit movies, but they were hit songs. And Engelbert Humperdinck had a big hit on this one. So I think you'll remember it from his version of what are we doing here? Okay, here we go. Anyway, Cuando is the name of this one. Okay, you probably recognize this one. See what you think? Tell me, when will you be mine? Tell me cuando. We can't share a love divine. Please don't make me wait again. When will you say yes to me? Tell me cuando. You mean happiness to me. Oh, my love, please tell me when. Every moment's a day. Every day seems a lifetime. Let me show you the way to a joy beyond compare. I can't wait a moment more. Tell me cuando. Say it's me that you'll adore. Oh, my darling, tell me when. And here's the band. Every moment's a day. Rusty Higgins again on the saxophone. Every day seems a lifetime. Let me show you the way to
to a joy beyond compare. I can't wait a moment more. Tell me quando, quando, quando. Say it's me that you'll adore. Oh, my darling, tell me when. 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 Engelbert Humperdinck. Quando, quando. Okay, thank you. The movie didn't do that much, either one of those films, but the song was a great song and I love it. It's my favorite of the duets that we do on the new album. Okay, oh, we got one of you looking in your eyes? Okay. This next tune, another movie tune, of course, so our theme tonight is about jazz in the movies. And this was in a movie called Dr. Dolittle in 1967. And beautiful tune. It was written by Anthony Newley. And hope you like my version of it. Okay. When I look in your eyes, I see the wisdom of the world in your eyes. I see the sparkle of 1,000 goodbyes. When I look in your eyes, and it is no surprise to see the softness of the moon in your eyes, the gentle sparkle of the stars in the sky. When I look in your eyes, in your eyes, I see the deepness of the sea. I see the deepness of the love I feel, you feel for me. Summer goes, summer dies. I see the passing of the years in your eyes. And when we part, there'll be no tears, no goodbyes. I'll just look into your eyes. Those eyes so wise, so warm, so real. How I love the world your eyes reveal. Thank you. Dr. Dolittle, 1967. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, what we got next here? We got, Allies for You. Yeah, let's see. That movie, that was, okay. This is from another kind of an obscure movie back in 1934. It was called Dames. And it was written by Harry Warren and Al Dubin. They were very good songwriters. So way back, but a great tune. Hope you like it. Okay. It's a little bossa nova. By the way, bossa nova changed my life. And I got something to say about that in a minute on the next tune, but we'll talk about that later. Here we go.
the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The stars may be high, I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in a garden or on a crowded avenue. You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappear from view. And I only have eyes, yes, I only have eyes, I only have eyes for you. Thank you. Rusty Higgins on the sax. Stars out tonight. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. Maybe high, though I can't see a thing in the sky, but I only have eyes for you. I don't know if you're in a garden or on a crowded avenue. You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but they all disappear from view. And I only have eyes, yes, I only have eyes, I only have eyes for you. For you. For you. For you. For you. Thank you very much. An advice for you. And that one, of course, is on the new album. That was actually, that arrangement was done by a fellow by the name of Rob Mullins, who was here recently. If you know that name, Rob Mullins, a great piano player. And he did the arrangement on this, and of course, it's on the new album. Okay, what do we got next? Old Devil Moon? No, wait a minute, we got the video, I think, don't we? Ah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to present a very good friend of mine who I was actually here last year, and she sat in with us, and I think she deserves to be here in the rotation. She's a great singer. We just recently did, about 3 months ago, we did Catalina, which is the #1 jazz club in LA, in Hollywood. We did it together, and she was a smash hit. And I know you're going to love her. And I'd like you to welcome Miss Peggy Perkins. Peggy, come on up.
Sweet sugar chips come from his sweet lips. The sugar is mine. You can bet your life a sweet man like this would be hard to find. Well, it picks me up, makes me feel fine, makes me think twice about paradise like sugar. Oh, here's sugar to me. Sweet sounds of joy come into my ear when my sugar is near. Well, it sounds so sweet, my heart starts to beat when my sugar is near. Well, it picks me up, makes me feel fine, makes me think twice about paradise like sugar. Oh, here's sugar to me. Sweet sounds of joy come into my ear when my sugar is near. Well, it sounds so sweet, my heart starts to beat when my sugar is near. Oh, it picks me up, makes me feel fine, makes me think twice about paradise like sugar. Oh, here's sugar to me. Yes, here's sugar. Ooh, so sweet. Ooh, so sweet.
What do you think? Isn't she something? She is coming to the United States in May, and I'm trying to find bookings for her. Actually for us both. We have this duets album. So anyway, I mentioned a third person. There's three women I really admire. That's Calabria Foti, I'm going to be singing with her eventually, and of course this young lady here who will be here in May. And now the third person is, as I mentioned, I got out of order here, but she's with me at Catalina's recently, and a great singer. And now I'd like to present my third favorite, Peggy Perkins. Three of my favorite singers.
Thank you so much, Jack. That was lovely. I'm very blessed to be up here, and thank you for inviting me. And I've been blessed enough to play with all of these musicians. Thank you, gentlemen, and also Jack. And welcome to you two. So good to see you, Joe and John. And I'm going to do this one that came out in 1932. Yeah. None of you were born yet. Neither was I, but hey. All right.
I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. I got a song that I sing, I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Lucky me, can you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing. As long as I hold that string, I'd be a silly so-and-so
I should ever let it go. I've got the world on a string, I'm sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. Rusty Higgins. Bass, Mr. Luther Hughes. Sitting on a rainbow, got the string around my finger. I got a song that I sing, I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold that string. Silly so-and-so, oh, if I should ever let it go. I've got the world on a string, I'm sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life. Oh, what a world, what a life. I'm in little Sinatra.
Thank you. Great job, Peggy. Thanks, you guys. How about that, Peggy Perkins? Isn't she terrific? Yeah, Peggy. We've done a lot of shows together, and we're going to keep doing it, right? Yeah. And so now you've heard about my three favorite girl singers: Peggy Perkins, Calavia Foti, and then of course you got to see the video of Nisha Fitzgibbon, and hopefully we'll get her over here in at Campus JAX in May when she comes to the United States. Okay, what do we got coming up here? See, okay, we'll do Old Devil Moon. This is from Finian's Rainbow. By the way, this was my opportunity. Has really got hooked. My aunt was going to Santa Ana College, and they had a group there called the Swing Choir, Santa Ana College Swing Choir. And she had just gotten off the road with Horace Heidt, and I hadn't done the Lawrence Welk show yet, but she used to bring me to the rehearsals. And I was hooked on all these jazz tunes as a little kid. And she, anyway, they decided to want to make a mascot out of me, and so they dressed me up like the guys. I was only 10 years old. And so I got to sing with the swing choir. It was really fun. And they also did a show. It was Finian's Rainbow, which actually became a movie later on with Petula Clark and Fred Astaire back in 1967. And so I'd like to do that tune for you right now. One of my favorites from that film. I actually had a part in that show. And I fell in love with the tune, so here it is. Okay. and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon began bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the skies. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. You with your glance, I make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night, blazing their light, can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You got me riding high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. Wanna cry, wanna croon, wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. Levy on the piano. I look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begin bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. You and your glance, I make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night blaze in their light, can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You got me riding high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. Wanna cry, wanna croon, wanna laugh like a loon. Is that old devil moon in your eyes? Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon, deep in your eyes, blind me with love. I want your love, I need your love. Old devil moon, deep in your eyes, blinds me with love. Yeah, old devil moon from Finian's Rainbow. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a great tune. I love that. Now, when I first put this tune together, this series of tunes together with Ron Levy, we just had one more tune. However, during the time we wrote this show, a dear man who became my friend, Sergio Mendes, passed away at 83, just recently. And he changed the world as far as I'm concerned with Bossa Nova when he brought it to the United States. And I had the privilege of opening for him twice. And Luther Hughes was with me on that date, right, Luther? Luther was with me, and we did this in Salt Lake City, and did 2 shows with him. And I picked him up at the airport. And the reason we became friends, close, is what I greeted him. I said, Sergio, muito prazer em conhecê-lo, amo muito a música de você. Which is Portuguese. I speak a little Portuguese. I was a foreign language teacher in high school, actually. And so he perked up, and I was his friend from then on, because what it means is I'm very, very pleased to meet you. I love your music, and so he was my buddy from then on. So we did 2 shows together, and I had 2 major thrills in my life. One was the Vinnie Falcone video that you saw with the full orchestra and opening for Sergio Mendes. So we've worked up, inserted a little thing for us, hope you like it, of a memory of his. The first tune is Look of Love, which was on his, forget the name of that tune, around, yeah, Brazil, yeah, it was Brazil 66, yeah. Look Around, that was the name of the album. Look Around, yes. And he did Look of Love on that. And then the next tune we're going to do, it's a medley together, is a tune that he wrote. And Lonnie Hall, who's his lead singer, and married to Herb Alpert, by the way, eventually, wrote the lyrics to this tune. It's called So Many Stars. Now, just a little trivia about that. Sarah Vaughan, just before she passed away, which we lost her too early. She was 66 when she passed away. And she put this out in 1990, and she sang this song and did a beautiful job. What a great singer she was. So this is our little medley we've just recently put together. Hope you like it. Honoring Sergio Mendes and the Brazil 66 and Lonnie Hall. Okay, here we go.
The look of love is in your eyes, a look your smile can disguise. The look of love is saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I've found you, you've got the look of love. It's on your face, a look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Let's take a lover's vow and then seal it with a kiss. I can't hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. The dawn is filled with dreams, so many dreams. Which one is mine? One must be right for me. Which dream of all the dreams? When there's a dream for every star, and there are oh so many stars, so many stars. The wind is filled with songs, so many songs. Which one is mine? One must be right for me. Which song of all the songs? When there's a song for every star, and there are oh so many stars, so many stars. Alone the countless days, the endless nights, that I have searched. So many stars, so many eyes, so many hearts. Which one to choose, which way to go? How can I tell? How will I know? Out of so many stars, so many stars. Ron Levy on the piano. Ron Levy. Yeah. Luther Hughes on the bass. Alone the countless days, the endless nights that I have searched, one must be right for me. Which song of all the songs, when there's a song for every star, and there are oh, so many songs, so many songs. Alone the countless days, the endless nights that I've searched, so many hearts, so many eyes, so many songs. Which one to choose, which way to go? How can I tell? How will I know? Out of oh, so many songs, so many songs, so many stars, so many stars, so many stars. Tribute to Sergio Mendes. He wrote that in that beautiful tune. Sergio Mendes wrote that. Well, we've come to pretty much the end of the show. We've got, what do we got? One more left? Okay. This tune is very special to me. This is my favorite Frank Sinatra tune ever. And one of the reasons is because Bill Miller, by the way, Bill Miller, I have a few hundred of these in my trunk of my car too. Oops, that's right. Anyway, this is the album here. I did this about 15 years ago, but I did it with Bill Miller, featured on it. He was 40 years with Frank Sinatra as his music director and piano player, and he did this tune on two major events. One was the movie called Young at Heart with Doris Day back in 1954, and the other one was on a famous album, Only the Lonely, which is a landmark album about 1959 when he broke up with Effie Gardner. And anyway, I think we're disturbing him back there. Anyway, this is the last tune of the evening, and I hope you like it. I'm the only one that Bill ever recorded this with besides Frank Sinatra at that time. So I'm very proud that he allowed me to do this. And Tina Sinatra liked it. So we'll close out with this one. It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little story that you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. So make it one for my baby and one more for the road. Well, you've got the routine, so put another nickel in the machine. I'm feeling so bad. Won't you make the music easy and sad? I will tell you a lot, but you've got to be true to your code. So make it one for my baby and one more for the road. Well, buddy, you never know it, but I'm a kind of poet, and I've got a lot of things I'd like to say. So when I'm gloomy, you simply gotta listen to me until it all talks away. Well, that's how it goes. Well, Joe, I know you're getting anxious to close. So thanks for the cheer. I hope you didn't mind my band in your ear. But this torch that I found, it's gotta be drowned, or it soon might explode. So make it one for my baby and one more for the road. That long, long road. That's our show. Thank you very much for coming tonight. Once again, Rusty Higgins on the saxophone, Paul Krybick on the drums, Luther Hughes on the bass, and of course, Ron Levy, our music director, on piano. Thank you for coming. Hope to be back. I love this room.
All right, and we love you too, Jack. Hey, just a quick mention before we wrap it up tonight. We got a beautiful looking tip jar right up here in front, but it looks kind of lonely right now. So if anybody would like to contribute a little donation for the band tonight, it's right up here. And again, thank you to Jack, to Rusty, Ron, Luther, and Paul. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you, Joe.